Good afternoon and welcome to my second dedicated Ice Blast update of the summer here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. A couple of weeks ago we started to see the engineering team on there sort of cutting the wires off and taking parts of the ride apart, which was very interesting to see. And it led to us wondering, is that so they can fit this new part in, or are they starting to remove it? So we're going to have another look around now. The gondola is completely gone. You can just see it in the background there. I'll show you up close when we go for a walk around. But yeah, like I say, the question still stands: is it staying or is it going? Because like I say, at the start of the season we got told it was waiting for a part and it was staying. And like I say, it took until August to start seeing any activity, so the speculation was then that it's going. Now everyone's saying, or there's more talk of it staying now than there is of it going. So yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see, and we still don't know, which, I mean, it's exciting, but I can't wait to find out. And this is what Ice Blast currently looks like. The entire gondola has gondola. At the start of the season, you might remember, I'll put a picture of it on the screen now if you haven't seen it already. Like, the gondola was there, but the seats weren't. Like, there were no seats on the ride, but everything else was there at the bottom. The electrical boxes in the corner, they were still there. And within the past 2 weeks, that has been taken apart. And now it's gone completely. And like I said a couple of weeks ago, it's genuinely looking better now than it was when the gondola was still there. It looks a lot tidier. And yeah, this literally means one of two things. It's either been removed so they could fit this new part sort of behind it and it was in the way, whatever, and then they'll rebuild it, or we have started to see it get removed. But it does look like it's sort of being kept together at the minute. I don't really know what you call it, but like just the rope that sort of helps the gondola shoot up when it's operating, that's sort of been clipped together at the minute by this green band. And we did see a few weeks ago that there were a load of like green bands, blue bands sort of tying everything together. There's a few blue bands here and there, but yeah, like would they tie stuff that up if they were getting rid of it? I don't really know. But yeah, there's nothing to be seen of the gondola anymore. There's literally, like say, that rope is being sort of tied together by that green band. It looks like obviously the bottom of the rope there would attach to the bottom of the gondola maybe, and then that bit attaches to the top of the gondola. Might be absolutely wrong, but yeah, it sort of makes sense. Like, the top attaches to the top, the bottom attaches to the bottom, and that shoots it up. But yeah, do correct me if I'm wrong. Another thing, the things on each corner that help push it up, these things, there's normally like a grey pole sticking out that like pushes it up, I'm pretty sure. They have been removed from each corner by the looks of things. So yeah, that's another update. From here I can see bits of wire and cable, whatever, inside. Don't know whether that's actually attached to anything. Don't know whether that's going to get cut up. Because yeah, when the gondola was still here, there was literally like wires dangling down, like hanging off, which I assume sort of connects to the seats, which have not been seen at all this season. So yeah, they've now been cut off. That was one of the first things they did, actually. And then they got rid of like the inspection platform, I believe it's called, which was a bit like a roof over the seats. Like, that's what it looks like when there's no seats there and no like branding or anything. Looking at it from here though, it does make me think that rope is, like I said earlier, it's sort of like that bit there attaches to the top and then whatever bit there attaches to the bottom, because it is literally being held together by this green thing. And yeah, like, you can just see it being blown around by the wind on the outside of the tower at the minute. And yeah, it looks weird. Is there something missing from like the tower itself at the top? I can't really tell. or is that rope sort of normally a bit straighter and less sort of blowing around when it's actually attached to a gondola? Can't really tell, can't remember, because it's been so long. But yeah, that's what it looks like anyway. It's been sort of held together for something, whether that is for future removal. Like that's actual rope there, sort of that rope. That's not called rope, I don't think, but that is. I really need to improve like my knowledge and terminology for these videos. I do apologise. And this is probably the best view, the closest we can get to it. Sort of here at the fast track and the easy pass queue. Yeah, same again really. You can see the things being tied together by the green things. Looks like ribbon from here, to be honest. I know it isn't, but yeah, you can see it actually better from here. It does look like that sort of attaches to the back of the gondola, and then that also attaches to the back of the gondola and it drags it up. I feel like I'm repeating myself now. There's a bit of metal on the floor there as well, not sure what that's from. Some of that blue stuff from a couple of weeks ago is still there. There's fences in pieces, there's a fence there on the floor, but obviously this fence has been removed for access for the engineers and the forklift. It's called a forklift. The Ferrari / Nissan forklift that they were using to take apart this gondola, that currently is nowhere to be seen. And there's bolts on the floor, well spotted, Daniel. And is that a bucket of paint? They're painting it for the Ice Blast last shot event in November. And here at the exit only gate is still open, the turnstile is still in place. But obviously we've got this, what we all thought was a permanent fence at one point. It's still here. But yeah, and same again on this side really. Ropes being tied together, green ribbon looking thing being blown by the wind. And yeah, oh, this is a bad side to look up because the sun is in our eyes, but yeah, I can just about see it really. And there we go, to be honest with you. I think that's all there is to show. Had a little walk around, give you some shots, give you the updates, and yeah, it's interesting. Like, I'm just happy that something's finally happening, whether it is being removed or whether it is sort of having the part fitted. Because a couple of weeks ago there were 3 rumours floating about. One of them that it's being removed, one of them is that they're fitting the part here and it's reopening. The other one is it's being relocated elsewhere on park. I did not believe the third one. Any of the other 2 I think are still 50-50 possible. But yeah, like I say, it's good to see activity on there. And best case scenario is, to be honest, it does come back and we also still get the gyro swing elsewhere on park. Because yeah, it'd be a shame if the gyro swing was cancelled, but it'd also be a shame if none of those happened, that Ice Blast doesn't reopen and we don't get a gyro swing. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens with stuff like this. But yeah, it's interesting. I'm interested to see what else happens around this area between now and opening day 2025, I guess. And yeah, I'll probably do more of these updates if there's anything major changes. But until then, thank you very much for watching this one. Thank you for your support on the first one as well. Check out the screen to see more. Let me know what you think will happen. What would you like to happen? See you in the next video, whenever that'll be.